Today we're speaking with Herzl Bodinger, former chief of the Israeli Air Force. The fact that Israel is investing in building rockets more heavily, does that diminish the role of the Air Force? Do you think Israel should invest less in its aircraft?
Not necessarily. First, there was a phrase that was normal when the problem of defense had occurred first time. The idea was that the best defense is a good offense. But when you come to think of it, when the threat of the missiles becomes so severe in numbers and in quantity and warheads and accuracy, then what you are defending actually is your assets, your attack force. In order to attack, that I agree that the best defense is a good offense. But in order to be offensive, you have to have a defense on the airfield, because otherwise the airfields will be attacked and the Air Force may be paralyzed in certain hours at least. So the attack force is still the Air Force. In order to reach targets, to win the war, we need an attack force, but we also today need a defense force.
There was a big debate in Israel. Some were pro-laser interceptors and others backed interceptors that hit the missiles. Can you tell us something about your pros and cons about the lasers?
Yes, I would like to go back to 1996, where I was still in service. I was commander of the Air Force. And the villages and towns in the north were shelled almost daily by incoming Katyushas from Lebanon. What we have today in the south was in the north. The town of Kiryat Shmone was gradually evacuated by people. People were afraid to live there, and the same was with Nahariya. At that time, the Prime Minister of Israel was Shimon Peres. After the late Yitzhak Rabin was assassinated. And he got an idea, which was backed by the military forces, the defense forces, to apply to the President of the United States, President Clinton, maybe to use a laser that they had developed to shoot down incoming ballistic missiles and satellites, which were a threat to the United States. Maybe we can develop by laser to develop a weapon that may be used also against incoming rockets.
It didn't happen. Do you still think it's a valid idea?
We have to run all through the whole explanation. In April of 1996, President Clinton held a gathering in the presence of Shimon Peres and other officers from both sides to develop a laser with a project named Nautilus. That was 1996. In year 2000, the first missile was shot down successfully. And since then, another 28 Katyushas that we supplied from here. And when this was successful, the weapon was used also, the laser was used also against incoming cannonballs and mortars.
Why isn't that in operation now?
Altogether 46 successful. Now it was about to be shipped to Israel. It was not a prototype, it was a technology demonstrated. It was huge, it was cumbersome, but it was suggested to continue the tests here in Israel. But it so happened that in year 2000, we withdrew from Lebanon, and the rockets stopped falling. There was a change in the priority of budgets, and all the defense was hit by $5 billion less, and this project stopped.
Personally, do you think this will come back in the future to defend Israel?
I'm not sure that this can come back like the Lavi project cannot be revived. But I am sure that in 50 years from now, there will be a lot of lasers to intercept incoming missiles, to shoot down aircraft, to shoot tanks, to shoot people. That will be the weapon of the future.
Thank you for joining us.